All right, welcome back to Study Ball. Big topic of conversation this week has been the Browns and Odell Beckham being excused from practice and Baker Mayfield and all the stuff going on with OBJ's dad. So thought it'd be a good time to dive into this from a study ball perspective. So I looked at the last couple games and really focusing on plays that could have possibly gone to OBJ. And so, it's not all the plays. Obviously, there's some plays that they make together that look really, really good. I just tried to focus on different things that I look at as a quarterback to go, okay, why didn't he go there? Should he have gone there? Was there something wrong with the route? All of that different stuff just to kind of give you guys a sense of what I'm seeing from a quarterback perspective. So let's go to the film. All right, so here we go. All right, OBJ right down here on the bottom. And he's going to run a corner out. Okay, so look at this. Baker's looking over here. And I say to myself, right here, there's a couple different things. First of all, I look at this and go, okay, if he's running a corner route, give him a shot. Give him a shot on this. He's even with the cornerback here. Lay this thing up, high angle, and give him a shot. Knowing his speed, knowing his playmaking ability. Right there, Baker's looking at him. Let it go. Let it go. You see the distance there. The only thing I would say on this is I'd love to see OBJ take a higher angle. So OBJ starting to come out at this angle. As a quarterback, that's hard because the defender's underneath him. If you starting to flatten, it's a really tough throw for us to drop it in from where they're at right now to the boundary when you flatten it off, because you got to throw it up and over that guy. So little higher angle, but we always talk about throwing guys open as a quarterback. You see that. We say you're even on a corner route, you're leaving. You're even, you're leaving. So go take that high angle. If you're Baker, see this, lay that ball out there knowing you got one-on-one, leverage outside, put the ball up. That's a possibility. Easily could have taken that shot there. He works back to the end, does a nice job with that, but that's one of those. You tell me, should he have thrown it to OBJ or not? Okay, OBJ down here on the bottom in this particular look. OBJ's down here on the bottom, and we're going to have seam. He's going to run the big end. You're going to have a wheel, and we're going to have a shallow coming across here. So a lot of stuff going on this play. First thing you peek is just going down the middle. As soon as somebody runs, you really should be off of that, checking this wheel, and then it simply becomes a high-low with your in and your shallow. So you'll see right here, okay, OBJ is going to come open here, but he never gets to OBJ. He tries to jam this in. Well, he shouldn't be making this throw because this guy's carrying him, but tries to jam it into Jarvis Landry. So if he gets through this, here's a big throw. One of those two guys is the guy you should be throwing to in this particular case. Instead, trying to throw it in the Jarvis Landry. But problem on this play is he never gets through his read and gets to where OBJ would be. Yes, OBJ is open, but this happens sometimes as a quarterback. Your first read is inside. For whatever reason, he liked it, so he took that shot. OBJ's running free, but doesn't throw it to him, okay? So this particular play, we'll look at this too, and we could say to ourselves, okay, OBJ's right here, running this skinny right here with hitches on the outside all across the board. Now we could come back and say, well, as a quarterback, a couple things here. You get this guy to go outside. You could come back and look at this guy. If this guy works that way, yes, you have a shot over here off of that one defender. But also as a quarterback, I look at this and I go, oh, there's a guy sitting inside on that. There's a guy to take away this hitch. I've got numbers over here. I'm going to work to that side as he does, even though a lot of people might say and look at that and go, well, look, OBJ's open. Throw it over to that side. That's the reason why Baker's going the other direction. Okay, OBJ down here at the bottom once again. So trying to go over to this side. What do? Okay, so it looks like it. This guy's going to go back. Looks like we're going to have this opportunity right here on the slant flat. But you'll see on the snap, we're going to buzz down. I'm going to go here. I'm going to drop there. Baker's looking to this side. Nobody open over there. Ends up leading to a sack when you initially thought you were going to get something. Nowhere to go. trying to look over to that side. Steelers do a nice job with it. OBJ up on top here. So now we're just going to run what we call a combo right here to this side. Now you can say a couple things here. You know, they got the safety overloaded that side. So if they do that, oftentimes we don't like to go to that side. But if this corner's off, you know you've got 1, 2 on 1, 2. And there it is right there. You're going to take it. You got to be ready. They jump on it. It's going to be tight, but you got a chance to make that throw in there. Instead, he says, I like my tight end one-on-one with all this space on the inside and take the shot to the other side. Could he have thrown it to OBJ? Yeah. Timing was good. He could have thrown it. They could have got that side, but he just decided that he liked the matchup somewhere else better, and it turns out to be a big play, probably a bigger play than he would have got on the other side. All right, so here's OBJ down here to the hitch, coming out here looking to throw it to him. Is he open? Well, maybe. But what Baker sees is this guy come down here, this guy come down here, so he works back to the other side where he's got a numbers game. 2 defenders, 3 receivers. Boom, works back through it, gets a completion, and you look and you say, well, could have thrown it to OBJ there, but that could be also what he's seeing as a quarterback. Okay, running a little stick here. Stick, flat. Okay, reading the outside defender. Okay, again, you tell me, this guy's outside, maybe we throw it to OBJ. Feels like he gets leverage, that's his first read. He takes Jarvis, they get a nice pickup on the sideline. You know, again, 6 of one, half dozen of the other, but we always say read flat first, so he's reading the flat first. And he gets a nice pickup, a nice gain right there. On this play, they are going to run a deep pylon corner and a flat corner right here. Now, I just think Baker is ahead of this thing. This thing takes too long to develop. But it's all about this defender right here. That defender slow plays it, which right here, OBJ's up over the top of him. I would love to see Baker lay this out and go get the touchdown throw because this guy's kind of sloughing off. Now, you'll see this. He makes a great throw. Jarvis does a great job of flattening underneath him. They get a completion, but I see that, and again, he's rushing this a little bit as this is coming out, and OBJ ends up running into the safety, so they would have never completed this anyways just because of timing. But this was one of those that I would have loved to see just based on the concept of the play. You're looking for the slow play, You got it. One-on-one with your speed guy. Hits that thing, let it go. If this guy starts to bail late, then you can just recover to that corner at that point. But a good throw, good completion, it's all good. But here's one that I'd love to see him take a shot, and OBJ's got to be better at being able to avoid that contact, and you got a chance for a touchdown over the top. Okay, here's a play. You guys are going to have to decide on this one. Okay, so OBJ's running right down the middle. We get open safeties right here, and Baker's going to take his shot down here to OBJ. They just missed this one. All right, whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? Okay, looks on the perimeter as if it's Baker's, and maybe it is Baker's. Maybe he needs to throw it a little bit earlier. Okay, all I'm going to say as a quarterback is, and again, you'll see this a lot, that double pump. I don't know what the double pump is for, but you'll see at the end of this route, we always say to ourselves when we get 2 high safeties, and again, I'm not saying this is what they tell them in Cleveland. This is just how I teach it and how I used to run these plays. Always used to tell our receiver, you cannot cross the middle of the field. Can't cross the middle of the field. Why? Because that guy's back there and I can't see the safety on the backside. I can only throw off the safety on the front side. So you got to protect the ball. You got to protect yourself. And I'm going to do the same with the throw. So the throw shouldn't go past the middle of the field either. So where's this ball come down, right? This ball is coming down right in the middle of the field. Right in the middle of the field. OBJ's crossing a little bit, so the ball's a little bit behind him and high. So again, I don't know what they're taught. I understand why Baker's throwing it there to try to protect his guy and keep the football away. I don't know if OBJ is taught to cross the middle of the field or not and just run through, or what the details are there. But that to me is one of the details that if they're on the same page, or if they're taught the right way, or whatever that is, that's a huge completion for them as they're taking a shot. But this is all the kind of little stuff that you see they're off with, whether it's coaching or whether it's details by either of the guys. I don't know. Okay, so here's a shot. They're going to go to OBJ. Really an impossible play. They're running him on a hook here. We're going to play two-man, so these defenders drop underneath him. So, you know, people look at this and go, well, OBJ didn't get open on this play. Well, nobody got open because it's a bad play versus this coverage. So trying to uncover, trying to find a spot doesn't do that. So, again, just a bad play call in terms of what you're trying to do against that particular coverage. All right, here's one where we've got basically mirrored routes. We're going to run double deep hooks to both sides. So a lot of times you might say to yourself, well, you got double hooks to both sides and, you know, you got similar type situation. Why don't you go to OBJ over going to somebody else because of the playmaker? Baker, why are you choosing to go away from him? Well, here's the thing, okay? We've got 1, 2, 3 over here, and we've got 1, 2, 3 defenders, okay? We've got 1, 2 receivers over here, and we've got 1, 2, 3 defenders. So you tell me, do you go to your 3-on-3 side? Do you go to your 2-on-3 side? If he goes to OBJ up here, this guy's hanging underneath it. So you go away from that where you have the numbers and you try to make your shot over here. Not because you don't like OBJ or you don't have whatever. It just, the read tells you go to this side, and that's exactly what Baker does. Okay, 4th and 4 situation. Going to come back. His first read is this out here, one-on-one, trying to get the first down to that side. Okay, he comes back, thinks he's got it. All of a sudden, the guy gets grabbed a little bit, so he pulls it down. But due to the pressure, he doesn't have time, and everybody will say, well, look at OBJ. OBJ's wide open, and he is. He comes wide open. But the read says, on this particular play, we go here, and then we come to the shallow. And Baker's trying to read over there. He pulls it back. Have to believe he's going to go the shallow, but who knows. But looks like OBJ's wide open, and he walks in probably for a touchdown on this particular play. But whose fault is it right here? Okay, whose fault is it right here? You know, one of the things I'd say too is that you guys will notice, here's the problem. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All these guys are coming. We've only got 6 blockers. Okay, so they're playing a blitz 0. So we could do this as well. You could say to yourself, okay, it's pressure. I got to get this ball out quick, so I'm going to my first read. If you know it's an all-out pressure, what we used to do is we used to allow quarterback to buy some time and say, hey, if they're bringing all this interior pressure, buy some time and drop it off to your shallow on the backside, even though normal hot situations would say throw it to the front side. So, you know, that's a possibility. And we could say that. And again, I don't know what these guys are taught. But when we're just looking at the big picture and saying, well, there's nobody by him, he's wide open, or, you know, Baker, what are you doing on this particular play? And vice versa. There's times it's like, why aren't you throwing it there? Why are you missing that? Here's a great route. And again, you want to see the playmaking of OBJ. When he's given the ability to get one-on-one and run routes, it's exactly what you get. Wide open, easy completion, big play. Okay, here's another one. So we're looking over to this side. Doesn't like it. He's coming back to OBJ. Now, once again, don't know the route. OBJ hesitates right here. Probably a juke route. Hesitate. You don't get the ball. Then keep crossing the field. As he comes back to OBJ, you'll see he pumps. He's like, I'm going to take OBJ. And as he's going to throw it to OBJ, OBJ's moving. So miscommunication, wrong route, Baker impatient. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Now it leads to, instead of a throw, completion back there, a scramble, sack, whatever, fumble, injury, all that stuff off of just, again, just miscommunication by these two or somebody being impatient in that particular play. Then there's other plays like this. Okay, Baker You got hitch and an out right here. Baker should be throwing the ball down here. OBJ's up here. He's got press. And instead, he's trying to make a play to OBJ. Again, OBJ's got no chance really to win on this particular play. He's trying to clear out for the stick. Got a safety up over the top. No chance. Trying to throw it to him. So again, we say, well, he had his chance. We threw it to him. Targets. It's all about doing the right thing, throwing it to the right guy, giving your guy a chance, running routes, concepts that give your guy a chance. And so that's what I tried to break down here is plays that I actually thought there was a chance for OBJ to get the ball. So here, we're going to run a 2-on-1 right here. We're going to get a safety to roll over the top. So our chances are here. We're going to read this guy 2-on-1 and go there. Okay, you tell me on this play with OBJ, go, run. I mean, it's almost like he's running. Again, he's down here. Like he's not expecting to get the football. Now, okay, whatever. Baker goes this side, goes that side. He's got his 1-on-1. Could easily go throw that easy one there as well. But you go to this side, and I see a receiver that's slowing down a little bit right here. Again, I don't know. Maybe he's frustrated. He never throws the ball to me, whatever. But here's an opportunity. Go get it. And you got a chance down the sideline, kind of jogging down the sideline. Your quarterback's got no throw. Got to check it down. Okay. Here's an opportunity right here. Just a one-step, what we call a slice route here. To me, Baker needs to be quicker with his feet. Got to catch, can't take 3 steps. He's already coming out of it. As soon as he comes out of it, this guy gets to break on it, so you got to be quicker on this. But by the same token, hits him, has a chance to make that catch right there, and we don't make the catch. Okay, so just all kinds of things wrong on these different plays. And so to me, I just wanted to give you a judicial look at what's going on. And so you guys can tell me what the problem is here. Quarterback, receiver, play calls, combination of all 3. All right, so there you go. You guys tell me. That was just over the last couple games, trying to break down what they're doing, what the possibilities are, what the opportunities are for OBJ, what Baker is doing on those particular plays. When's he right? When's he wrong? When is it a combination of all kinds of different things? So now you all can go make your assessment. Everybody wants to pick a side. It's so-and-so, it's so-and-so. And I think it's a combination of a lot of different things that transpire in the course of a game. And there does seem to be a lack of continuity between the two of them and really how to use OBJ to his strengths. So we'll see where it goes from here, but we just wanted to give you guys a breakdown of what I'm seeing.